You actually have lots of the hives at the moment, but just don't have the time to harvest it.
The Ascalon Club. The
You
heart.
have to disappear. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Okay, thank you for stopping by, Lonesome. Really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow again.
I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
London's Lone Gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
I'm wondering, was this the dude who I wanted to punch at some point of the game? Good.
How is the
Very
situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit?
Yeah, now I remember why I wanted to punch him.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Is it not a little too late to be
The
trading?
thing is,
On
we
the
already
contrary,
found the
it is the
address, so we
perfect
possibly
hour.
could already.
Believe me, my friend,
Exquisite
it is
food
always
is
at night
indeed
that you
one
meet
of
the
the
most
finest
fascinating
pleasures in life,
characters.
that and quality whiskey.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also
Like the way
enjoy
you
a
think.
sunny day
Like
like
the way you
everybody
think.
else. But the night
But
always
now
has
the
a
question
certain
is,
je
what
ne sais quoi of its own.
kind of whiskey you see
But
as a
what about the
quality
epidemic?
whiskey?
The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must
Okay,
fall on my
okay,
shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Hi Selim, how are you today? Good, good. Because, I may tell you. So far your favorite. Oh, I definitely need to try it as well.
It's
Besides,
locked.
I am sorry, I might offend someone, but very often I hear about people who are very, very passionate about whiskey and they're praising it, and then their favorite whiskey is Jack Daniels. And for that, we can have multiple opinions. Very, very, very many opinions.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would...
Jack is good for
Don't worry,
bottle
Dr.
as a
Reed.
blunt
I
force
know
weapon.
you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Or it's something like
My
if
name is
somebody
Charlotte,
appears
sir.
into your
Charlotte
apartment
Ashby.
and wants to
My
drink
mother taught me
whiskey to
long
get
ago
drunk.
how to
That's the bottle you
recognize
give them.
signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease
Does-
and gently mock innocent
Well, that's just my preference, but whiskey isn't
It's a pleasure
that
to
type
meet
of
you, Miss Charlotte.
drink that you use to get for drunk. It is supposed to be enjoyed.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it?
Jaakko Daniel is
My
such
mother is
toxic
the
waste
most
that it should be
compassionate.
considered as
I'd
whiskey.
be wary
Change
of
your
her,
mind.
Dr. Lee.
I agree with you.
Or you?
I agree with you.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception.
Whiskey is toxic waste that should not
Maybe
be
it's
considered
because
as
we
whiskey.
seem so alive.
That may
Wake
be
you
true
up.
for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher.
Brandy,
when
on
it
the
comes
other
to
hand,
getting
is the
rid
nectar
an
of God.
insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any
But wasn't
other
whiskey in
vampire.
Latin
I believe she
the
thinks the
water
same
of
about
life
you,
or something?
Dr. Reed.
What are you doing out here?
I
You
don't
mean what do
know
I do
how I even
outside at
drunk
night
brandy.
since I am a woman?
Definitely not
Let me
breaking out
ask you a
Makalan
question,
or
sir.
Imasaki
Would you ask
for
the
random
same
drinking.
question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claim?
Those are for
People
enjoyment.
here can't
exactly.
wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous.
But I
young
feel
lady.
like it's one of those
And who is this
as
Emily?
well with
She is my best friend. And
the
a
difference
suffragette
with
too.
the champagne and sparkling
She was
wine.
supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned
You
up.
get
any
sparkling
reason to
wine
be
for
worried
every damn
about
occasion, but when
Recently,
there's
Emily
actually
started
something
to
you
believe
want to
in-
celebrate, like something
Well,
fucking
she
once
got
in a
interested
lifetime thing,
in
then you can get
vampires.
champagne. Like buying a
I'm
house.
afraid she might be
Also,
in
just,
trouble.
Let me
just spent
guess.
like 45 minutes
You
deleting
spoke to her
drivers and
about
reinstalling
us,
them clean.
didn't you?
Switching internet
Despite your
cables and all that
mother's
stuff.
warning,
Still nothing. Can't even get
I
a
think
connection
I
from
should
the
try to
uplink
find
thingy
your friend.
in the basement,
That
so you
would be
guess this problem is
top-notch.
just not
I can
yours
tell you
to
where she
solve.
might have
Oh.
gone. You have
Have the Telia mentioned anything at
and
all
please,
that they are
don't tell my mother.
trying their best to fix it
Are
ASAP
you a
or
suffragette then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me,
haven't answered at all.
Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for
So
a
time to
long
threaten them like, I'm
Even
gonna change
before
my
I
internet
knew
provider!
existence.
Really?
Thank you for the follow, appreciate it.
Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Kaikki asiakaspalvelemme ovat kiireisiä tällä hetkellä. Odota hetki.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still
That
spend a
reminds
lot
you
of
of when
time
you
in my
had
mother's
STV
mansion.
cable intern.
But I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me. And I have lived
Doesn't
with
know
her ever
internet and
since.
nobody
Did you
ever
know she was a
observed
vampire
for.
when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor.
That
and
that
no,
is
I had no idea why
how
my mother
to
only showed up at night.
see how the people
told me
really
everything
are
when I
is to
turned
cut their
16.
internet
Though I suspected the truth for
when
a long
they are
time
supposed to do
before
with
that.
it something. That's how you see how the people
What do you
really
think
are.
about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Is there something that's bothering
You need to drink
Too much
now.
selfishness and
You need a
individualism
drink
for
now.
my
Got
taste.
to go to
Even
store.
when there was no
Have a
epidemic.
nice day,
Even if
Aaron.
that's
Okay,
part
thank
of
you
the
for
truth.
stopping by,
May I
Tadeus.
remind you that
And
many
hopefully have a
charitable
lovely rest of your day.
institutions are financed by the
Oh, yeah.
selfish and filthy.
Hopefully we also see you
suppose you're
tomorrow again.
right.
Enjoy your
But
drink.
society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't.
If you pass by,
Each time I
I
ask her
will
that
give you a
question,
whole lunch
she
and will
smiles
give you a
and
bottle of
says it's
Armenian
precisely
brandy.
because I
You
dare to
never
ask
drink
such
whiskey again
questions.
after
Do
tasting
you ever
good
regret
brandy.
that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder
Wait,
if
you
she
are so.
adopted others before me.
I'm
If
relatives
so,
there.
where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
You'll definitely include a proper bar in the future. See Ocean View apartment. Sounds great.
Goodbye,
Freaking
Charlotte.
great. You
Give
mean
my
when
best
you moved
regards
to
to
your
your mother,
first
you
apartment, you had no
She's been
internet
quite
connection
busy
for
these
over a
last
month?
few nights.
XP kept blaming you
Suspect
for
you
buying
may
wrong
see her
router and
before
cables,
me.
etc. At the end of the day, the problem was they had never activated your service. So it kinda existed in their system, but it was shut off. I don't even know what to say for that. That could have possibly maybe made me slightly fucking salty and toxic piece of shit. Like big time. And not even like, I don't know. Just gonna open the doors and then go to Ascalon Club. Boop. Good morning, Truss. How are you today? Hope you had a good weekend. Well, it wasn't the worst weekend. I'm so super fucking happy to.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell.
I'm way much more comfortable at home next to my PC where the sunlight doesn't come in. Burned my neck and back, even though I kinda sorta, and shoulders, even though I stayed far away from the sunlight, so. Yep, you're back at work. The life of an IT pro isn't always great. Oh. But hey, I have a super important job. Proud of you. Plus I got to say I fucking love my job, so I don't like to be away from it. Plus I kinda sorta feel extremely guilty if I'm not at work. So that's also something. Though about the Ocean View bar, at the moment I have managed nice to have some decoration done. And upstairs there is currently our desk called, and behind it it's gonna come few of those showcases with my trophies in there, and then whiskey. Why is everybody an IT pro in this chat? Probably because I am not. So, probably because. But hey, at least I can be like, hey, my PC ain't working, help.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes.
Not
What is your business tonight?
IT pro, but some
I
small
received
lots of
an
learning
invitation.
things hard way.
I'm Dr. Jonathan.
Relatable. You was without internet for 6 weeks back in the day. But enough of waiting and was in the store to
Welcome to the
terminate the
Ascalon
contract.
Club, then.
Turned out someone had been storing the orders
Please proceed.
in a drawer for over a
Lord
month and
Redgrave
nothing
is
had
waiting
moved
on you
forward.
upstairs.
Did you still have to pay for it? Because in that kind of case you would think that, you know, you wouldn't even need to pay for it, because that's as fucking...
There has been quite a battle here.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture. It's locked.
Still not right? Orders hadn't moved anywhere, so buying services had no idea the customers existed. Okay, so that's at least plus. Because it would have been interesting situation if they would have remembered to, you know, add your details in there that you are supposed to be wild, but was actually a truck driver for 8 years before you moved over to IT. The quality of life is so much better. I'm happy to hear if you're enjoying your job. It was back when everything wasn't digital. It probably was still you. Damn. Also, I need to remember to oil this stand there, because it makes horrible noises. Or rather, Sonar back in the day, you think. Or Tele Finland. I don't remember anymore which ones were the ones that combined. I guess DNA has always been alone or something. Oh, so you were that old? Diana was Saunalahti, right? No, I think Saunalahti actually, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. I think Saunalahti actually got combined with something else. Now I must Google this, because now it's gonna bother me. Yeah, Elisa, wait. Yeah, if you try to Google Saunalahti, it says Elisa. Yeah, with Elisa. And Tele Finland was Telia Sonera. Mm-hmm. But yes, I am that old. Very sad noise. Sniff. Boop. Good dagger. Boop. Alright, you're bad. Brain tired. Wait, where are you at work today? How was it? Did you had a pleasant work day today, or? If you don't mind me asking. To the Ascalon Club's basement. Hi Bear Nation, how are you today? I'm okay, nothing special. I've been enjoying playing Vampyr again. Really like this game. It's just somehow relaxing, I guess, on its own creepy way. And Estonia into Nordics, what do you mean? It's a public sector job, so basically you twiddle your thumbs for 7.5 hours waiting for something to happen. Fair. Meet the Red Grave. If I remember right, he's also a dickhead. Obviously. You mean Estonia is a Nordic country, but by every measure.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
Why not? Why not? And I got to say, you had even Vikings
My
that
good
got you
friends,
into
if I
trouble
may
with
have
the
your
Danes
attention.
and Swedes back in the 12,000.
Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn
They
of blood
teamed
so
up and
pure
fought.
and strong, that
Aw.
even my friend Fergal Bansha was no
thanks.
match for him.
Yeah,
Come
Finland
forward,
isn't
young
a
Echo.
Viking country.
For we have so much to discuss.
Wasn't. Like, of course, there probably was like few people who left to be Vikings,
Welcome
but
to the
not
Ascalon
even
Club,
close by
Dr.
to the other Viking
I am
countries.
Lord
So
Redgrave,
yeah, it's not
Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
considered as one.
Lord
Well, it used to be
Redgrave.
called Reval.
At last we meet. I've been
All
eager to
Vikings
make your
weren't a race.
acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord.
They weren't
Lady
though.
Ashbury expressed your wish to
Telling
meet
this really comes from
Yes.
Talani.
The lady has
Which
always been a
translates
useful
to Danish
acquaintance,
city.
though not always
And?
reliable. Is she a good
So you
friend
are
of
into
yours?
history as well, I see.
Yes, she
The
is.
Nordic Cross flag
I
design
may
was
even
designed
say
in
I
Tallinn.
admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me.
I'm
since
happy
I
I'm
was
learning
reborn.
something new.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front
Parts
line
of
in the
Finland
East
was
End,
under Viking
but the
control
time
at
has
some
come
point.
to open up
But
a
there
second
in
front
Hämeenlinna,
here.
we still have
The
a long
epidemic
construct
has
defensive
escaped
line
the
ruins from the era when
You have new
things stopped at
cases of the
Vikings.
outbreak.
We don't
You
know
do
for
like
certain,
history.
but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you
Do you also
asked?
happen to like
Because
dinosaurs?
the crisis
By any
is
chance?
escalating.
Students
Our
actually put
enemies,
up
the
an
Guard of
organized
Priwen,
defense against
have even
Viking
launched
invaders.
an open hunt.
Whereas Finns just
The only way to calm things
entirely
down
without
is
incident.
to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed. But first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the
Obviously.
who made such a powerful progeny of
Ha.
your sister.
And
You have
ha.
not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes.
So
But
stupid.
whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to
It's
become a
time people
member
are
of the
few,
Ascalon
but strong.
Club
Proud
and
and
to serve
vigilant.
me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government?
You don't think that's
charter
true
from
about
His
Tyromis
Majesty
and
the King?
flag being designed in
No.
Tallinn? Frederick
Of course,
Meltzer
the Ascalon
did it in
Club
Norway.
publicly supports the
Really?
Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous.
Nothing
It is just
fancy.
that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition...
No, they don't really care about me joining. No fancy things for us.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William
But we
Marshall.
want fancy,
Speak now.
exactly.
Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon,
We
it is
didn't get
time
fancy,
to
we got
testify
super
of your blood.
unhygienic stuff because we are touching thing that
It is
everyone has
time to
touched
sign
before
the
us
Book
for
of Allegiance.
possibly thousands years. Ugh. Bacteria.
I know it's awfully gothic and a tad,
Awfully gothic.
but
What?
England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Awfully gothic. It's not awfully. Don't pretend, Queen. We all know you sign all documents with your own blood.
Welcome to the Ascalon
Oh,
Club,
wait.
Dr. Reed.
I have actually gotten
Take your place among the bearers
a
of
book
the lance.
from someone
One
who
of
signed
us.
it with
One
own
of
blood.
us.
Didn't say the Norwegian flag was designed in Tallinn. It was the Danish, and Danish was the first of the cross designs.
I personally went
Good
to
evening,
Tottenham last
Dr.
night for
Reed.
Wednesday.
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Who sends
Do
books
not be
with your own
alarmed.
blood on them?
The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart,
It
you
was.
draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah,
This goes into the
Vampire
same category
senses
that I have said.
never cease
Like
to
one of the
fascinate
cutest gifts
they dwarf those
that
of
you
me.
can get.
I
Or
am
another
Aloysius
present, in my
Dawson.
opinion, of course, is Blood Vial.
What can
Thing?
you tell me about Lord Red?
That is just
I would
freaking
not dare speak
adorable
about
and
Chairman
romantic
without
as
his
all hell.
consent.
Or
Are you
the
a member of the club?
Yes, I am.
freaking
And I have
piece
been
of
for
your
many
heart
years,
put in the resin
and will
and
be until the day
jewelry
I
made out of it.
die.
What can
But
you tell me?
I have never
It's not
claimed
really
to
my
be
place
normal,
to give you such information.
not even close by,
I am
so.
merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in
So
the
if
first
you sent
place.
your whole heart, you'd be smitten.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years...
Why I
with
feel
caution
like there is gonna
precisely
be a
to
trap
gather
in
that kind of information.
So you asked for membership.
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson.
Well, it would have been
The
still
wealthiest man
advanced
in
to you,
England.
so you die
It
otherwise.
is a pleasure to meet such
Ah.
a prominent figure.
So
A
you are really
withering
thinking
London
that if
figurehead,
you
to be
go
precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson?
into the post office
I
and
am
somehow
a
manage
doctor.
to get yourself
My
in the
case is
package
beyond the
to be
scope
sent
of
somewhere,
traditional
you think
medicine.
that the Finnish post
I have
office
spent
wouldn't lost you.
fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of
Because
something?
that is something that the Finnish
Absolutely
post
not.
office is
I
really
care
damn
to
good at.
implement my
If you
plan
want
to
to
save the
lose
city I
something,
was
you put
born
it in the Finnish post
Cast
office.
out the ghastly
You'll
evil
never see that
has us
damn thing
all
again.
alive.
So if you are trying to send yourself in there, you probably just disappear. But hey, maybe you'll find all those
What do
missing
you know
items as
about
well.
The Guard of Prewin?
I should
You'll
not
send
say
your skull.
that I admire
And all the
their
people who
commitment.
have told you
This is what
get
the
lost, finally
nation
get
needs
terrorists.
right now.
But they are
But
our
cheeky, if
enemies.
people are telling
They
you
are
to
not
get lost,
mine, Dr. Reed.
you're not supposed to get lost.
Would
You
you
are
help?
supposed to
No.
still
There is
exist
a
to
time
make
for
them
such
more
measures.
annoyed.
Personal
But of
hydration
course,
is at
it will not
optimal
be
levels.
enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Hopefully you get lost in the bus. Oh no.
What is the situation like in this
But
building?
admit, Finnish
I am
French
sure
flag was
Lord
first
Redgrave
displayed
will
as the
enlighten you more
flag of
effectively
the
than I.
yacht club in 1850s or something.
Money cannot solve every problem. This
Hi, Wolf
mysterious
Strong, how are you
epidemic
today?
is going
Did
to
you
require
finish
more than money
that
can
we're
buy.
playing though?
You're
I only
right.
played two.
Money is
Aliens.
nothing unless one has the will.
I'm not familiar with the shortcut RTC.
I have a plan, sir.
What is it?
A radical one that will
Do you
save
mean
all
Finnish
that
Swedish
is
people have
essential
won
in
as
London.
long as
What
our
is your
flag
plan?
stays like that?
Quarantine and barricades are
Used to think
futile.
that Estonia should
What we
get
need is a
Nordic
wall.
cross flag design,
A
but then
formidable,
Estonian flag is one of them
unscalable
naturally
wall.
appears
Isolate the
nature during
deserving
nature.
from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
You haven't done anything. Google pictures.
well,
Estonian
for
flag
example.
versus forest in the winter.
It is always useful to bolster the troops
Might
on
have to do
ride,
that, but I do
especially before a
remember how
difficult battle.
Like,
You have the makings
This
of a
post
general.
office is good at losing
I
things.
was,
Yeah, you
though
haven't even
very
flirted
long
with
ago.
Queen today.
Well, not quite a general, but a proud
Don't worry, no
defender
one
of the
else
crown.
has either,
So
as
why
far
did
as
you
I know.
really
But
want to meet me?
Straight to
then,
the point
to be
again,
honest,
young
like
Ekon.
it doesn't matter if
All
someone
right,
would
let's talk, you and I.
flirt to me. I
None
wouldn't
spare
realize
moments.
it. I would be like,
According to
oh,
my
yes,
spies,
yes.
you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar
To
Swansea?
be fair, the
Not
choice seems
personally,
understandable. Estonia
But I've
left
been
out of
told he has
Nordics
some
and
sort of
Scandinavia
immortal
left alone with
fetish,
Baltics.
and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You are spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All
You
muscles
found a
and
birthday
instinct.
cake, Oreos?
Quite the rare
You
breed.
have wanted to try.
Ferociously
What
territorial.
are those?
Mortals often
interesting.
mistake them for werewolves.
Some time ago, Tallinn and Helsinki were designed to become twin cities.
You do know.
I can tell you that a
Yes,
big pile of
Blueberry
Finnish people would have been super happy about
Of
that
course
kind
not.
of stuff, I
Your
think.
victory was quite impressive
Signs.
and
The
courageous.
people from the south part of
earned
Finland are
my
coming to get
respect.
the alcohol from there, and the people from the
Yes, I'm
northern
convinced
side
the
are getting
recent
the alcohol
invasion of
from
frenzied
Sweden.
skulls
Oh,
in
how was
London
your
is
apartment
directly
summer
linked
party,
to the
Queen?
epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would
I
be
burned
glad
my back.
to hear more of your
Badly.
discoveries, Dr. Reed.
Really
But
fucking
for
badly.
now, my main concern is the
Good
security
morning,
of
Grace.
London's inhabitants.
How are you today?
both
Dyson
mortal
tastes like
and
birthday cake.
immortal.
What do you mean?
Sounds interesting.
Alarmed
But
by
yeah,
the
I burned
epidemic,
my
the Guard of
shoulders
Freewen
and back
has
and neck
started a
quite
war
badly, even though I
against us
sat
British
whole
vampires.
time in the
To appease the situation,
shadow.
we must eradicate the skulls.
And
I have met peaceful and wise skulls.
Miles. I escaped from
exterminate
there
them
on
means we are
Saturday
no better
and
than
streamed on
vampire
Sunday.
hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful
And I
creatures that
kinda
give all
sorta
Ekon a
think
bad
that
name.
I
So, what do you want me to do?
I want
the
you to
house ever
investigate
again.
the
I mean,
city
what-
thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of
You
town.
think they kinda are?
Our
People say that
absolute
Tallinns
priority
is southern
to
part of
find
Finland.
and cleanse them.
And how
Of
would you like me
Helsinki,
to
yeah.
proceed?
By
Did
all
you burn your
means
back?
necessary,
I just
Dr.
sat
Reed.
outside like this,
You are now a member
had a
of the
hat on
Ascot
my head,
Club
and
you
tried
have
to
carte
avoid
blanche.
sunlight by sitting on
Interrogate the
the
locals.
shadow.
Follow all the leads you
But
find.
apparently it
and
wasn't
get
good enough.
results.
Doing pretty well. Happy to hear. Just woke up making oatmeal. How are you? Oh, enjoying? Yeah, I'm okay. Nothing special yet today, at least. There was supposed to be a train link between two cities with a middle point on an island between the two cities. Oh, sounds interesting. I think I have like possibly heard about it, but not paid too much attention to it. How's the project going though? I've only heard that they started digging the tunnel at some point before Corona, but after that it just went silent. Like, did they run out of the money or what? It should be plus 30 degrees there this weekend. Perfect weather to get some tan. I don't like tanning and I don't get tanned. I will get burned if I go to sun. Like, it will burn my skin. And then I will get epic migraine because the sunlight hurts my eyes. So it's like if I go to outside there with the fucking sunlight, then fucking cover me on garlic as well. Die there. But how will you survive our honeymoon degree?
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
So basically a couple hours in sunlight turns Queen of Skeletons into Queen of Shrimps, more like Queen of Ash at that point. Relatable, not gonna lie. Yeah.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor.
Thank you for
Dr.
the learned
Jonathan
fauna.
Reed.
Appreciate it. Leave you Queen of Lobsters. Sunlight is cancer, hides in the shadows.
I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem
Vermin
well
from
at
the
all.
Ashes Queen
Are
edition.
you afraid of rats?
Yes. Have you installed it already though?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Oh, you should deal it.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please.
She seems nice. Yeah, she just wants to eat rats.
Tell me
I
about
think the
the voice in
council
your
they
head.
set up are studying
Who
the
is this?
feasibility
Can
or
you
something.
describe it?
There was also an
Is it
alternate
someone you
project
know?
proposed
Someone
in
you
the
met?
cooperation
Keep
with
your
a
mouth
Chinese
shut, he
investment
said.
firm,
Don't ever speak
but
up
you don't
or
know
I'll abandon
where
you.
either is
Help
at now.
Please, Doctor.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for
Well,
work?
they are good
I
source of
was
protein and click.
Strong.
Delicious.
Proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. 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 Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Rats. Do you have the Swamps of Courses DLC for Remnant? I don't think so. Probably have only like a really little bit of things. Hi Red Lotus, how are you today? Thanks, yeah, I have it on Epic Games. I think somebody got it for me back in the time. I've sadly played it only a few times from there. Friends don't let friends eat rats. I'm trying to figure out how to stop them. Did someone say rats? Possibly, maybe? Could be. Okay, good, you don't either. You have it on Epic,
Hello?
did you say? Yeah, I do have it
Is
on
anyone
Epic.
there?
No, I think I actually got it on free on Epic, and that's why I have it on there.
Oh,
The main game.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Not being in the
sure you
heat
can
and still
spare
not
me a few
able to
minutes.
sleep due to the noise
For
makers.
old
Time
time's
to
sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
duct tape. How is Q doing? I'm okay. I would say, yeah, melting as well. It's way too damn hot. Fucking warm. Disliking it. But I would say okay. Other than that, been enjoying being back at the Vampyr. Really liking this game. It's somehow relaxing on its own.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Yeah. Sorry for your loss. Well, I need to loot your house first. It looks like Steam and Epic version of the game work together. Seems it has crossplay between Epic and Steam. Okay, that's really cool to hear, so we actually can play. When I picked that game up today. Do it. You sure you can let me in process to take all her things? Yeah, exactly. What would be the worst thing that I would do? I fucking steal everything? No. Well, drinking people's blood is relaxing. Agreed.
It's locked.
I mean,
all
what?
right.
And it's on sale. You will only spend like 20 minutes outside after you leave office, but you know for a fact you'll be drenched. Oh. Blood is on sale. Yes.
It's a
Have you
pleasure
ever
to see
played
you
The
again,
Witcher
Venus.
Queen?
So you
I've played
returned
The
from
Witcher
war in
2
one
and 3,
piece too.
still have The Witcher 1
Thank
to play.
God.
And thank you, Red Lotus.
My Clarence is
But
back
yeah,
home too.
I was
How
just
is
about to
the
say
old
that.
rascal?
So the
Probably
link that Red
outside,
Lotus put there
chasing ghosts and
is
chimeras.
all of the games that I have played on
Clarence has
stream.
changed a
So I
lot
would
since
recommend
he
you to check
returned
it
from the
out.
war,
You can
know.
even search straightly for a specific game if you
How
are
have you been? since
interested.
the
Have I
last time we
played
met?
something specific? So
How
is the
long
DLC.
has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been
The looting
saved
reminded
from
you
the
of
worst
that.
the
You
bombings.
mentioned you emptied every house. I did.
Yes,
I
and
damn
it's
did.
also true
But
about
damn,
the
it was
epidemic.
buggy game. Like a
The
lot
flu
of
has
times when I
killed here
entered
too,
inside of
course,
the
but not
house
on
in The
such a
Witcher
large
3,
scale as in other parts of
everything
town.
in the room would just jump in the
Have you
middle of
noticed anything
the
peculiar about
room and
the
start to spin
You
it
mean
in the
except
middle of
for
it.
your
It
return to
was
town?
interesting. I think
No.
there is still some clips
Oh, and
somewhere
again,
about it.
Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your mother and your sister. Such a tragedy.
Thank you, Venus.
Oh yeah,
It
you
was
got that
so
clip in the
sudden.
compilation. Yes.
And I've been so busy.
The six
I
gave
haven't
up,
spoken
yep.
to anyone.
I still need to
I
watch
wish I
the
could have assisted at the funeral, but
new
you know,
version of
it's
the
been so
compilation.
quick.
Haven't had the time
And
for
what
it.
with the epidemic in the streets.
There's no need to.
Well, would
apologize,
have had
Lady.
time last night, but was too
It's
busy
normal,
playing video
considering
games.
the
Somehow
circumstances.
Witcher 3
No, it's
for you
not.
wasn't even
I am
that
sure
buggy.
that Clarence
But
has
do
not
tell
even
me a
thought to
game that
present
isn't
his
buggy that I have
condolences.
played.
He is
I don't
too
uninstall it.
busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for
I
me.
guess it's the same as with Team Last of Us. Like, it was not supposed to be a buggy game, but instead of it not being
I'm
a buggy game, it was
investigating
buggy
the
as fuck
source
for
of
me.
the epidemic in this district.
We
Have you
crossed an
noticed
indie game
anything
today by
unusual?
going
The
too fast through
McPhersons.
the levels. High
I
five game
heard
breaking
they
through.
locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now. I will come and steal the rest of your stuff later on. And drink your blood as well.
I know that you are always welcome here, but at this hour of night,
Shut up! I don't like sunlight. Hey, you didn't experience a single bug in Dagon, right? Alright! Definitely no. Assume that you need to finish the intro to the game before you can play with other people. I think you're possibly right. It's the second source of infection. Once you are at the hub, you should be able to. We'll take care of that later tonight after work. Yeah, no hurry with it. Have time to play. Okay, Queen, you have got to go, but have a great rest of your stream. Okay, thank you for stopping by, Tarna. Really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow again. You couldn't finish Remnant because of the bosses. I haven't gotten to play too much since lack of people to play it with. I guess this soon.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Anyone want Oreo? Yes, please.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Bonk. Bonk. From your experience, it's feeling like a lucky try or fluke to beat them. Oh, adorable. He just decided that I'm his. That's so cute. Right, you'll head to Rosamund days later, going to jet out of there, have to leave this lovely air-conditioned room of yours and head home. Aww. Well, I do wish you the best luck. Don't melt while trying to get back to home. And thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. It was lovely to meet you. Hopefully we'll see you either later today again or start the campaign on hard because you played Remnant through as 3-player co-op on normal, and it became way too easy after a certain point. Imagine you shoot a creature a square in the chest and they just brush it off like it's nothing, just my proteins. Hi Tomu, how are you today? Tomo Yuki Akino. I will one beautiful day learn how to pronounce it properly. Yeah, how are you today? Little by little. Hey. You doing good, and how's everyone here? So far, okay, nothing special. Happy to hear you're doing good. Yeah, so far, I would say okay. We have been playing the game, enjoying it quite a lot.
Maybe there's a way to break into this house.
Oop. Hi Didi, how are you today? I'm okay, nothing special today. Enjoying the game quite a lot. It's very Relaxing on its own way. Did not work. You're glad to hear. You are waking up. Hopefully you got some proper sleep. Right. Doesn't seem like anything else here. Also, should probably take that break soon. It's once again forgetting exists. Boop. Well, well, well. This actually seems like a perfect place to take the break since we found a hideout. So that is something. Just need to loot it. Because why the fuck not? Loot everything. Hooray! Right, should definitely not use the level upping things yet.